Hello there, my lovelies. Hey everybody, welcome back to Farming Simulator 22. We're back on Court Farms and our contract series. I don't know why I just did that, but I did. Honestly, I haven't been drinking or anything like that, I promise you. That was just completely random. I thought it'd be funny to do, that accent. It's a bit of hot fuzz, let's be honest. Nobody tells me nothing. That kind of stuff. So, yeah. I honestly don't know why I did that. But I'm definitely going to keep that in the video. So, yeah, hopefully you can have a laugh at that. Anyway, we're back on Court Farms. We're carrying on episode 28 this is now, and we're carrying on exactly from the last episode, which is 27. So we were doing the harvest, the canola. We kind of set up a lot of auto drive stuff. It took a lot longer than I actually originally intended. So because of that, I kind of split the harvest. We also did the silage, so if we just go and have a quick look at that. It's exactly the way it was in the last episode, not fermented much, obviously, as you can imagine. Do need to get that bit. There's a few bits as well that didn't get mowed, but it's not horrendous. But yeah, look, it's 1%, so we're still pretty much exactly where we were. We are going to tackle this, though. This is going to be the task for today. But first things first, I have bought this grab from the straw harvest pack, so we're going to be using that. And let's... Actually, do you know what we'll use? We'll use Follow Me mod for this one. Do need to sort out in GE, though, that that kind of like turning down at the bottom. I don't know if I'm just going to have to remove some houses out, which is a shame because, well, the map itself is just beautiful, isn't it, by Oxy, so it would be a shame to kind of do that. But I think it might be something I need to do, unfortunately, because it's a bit of a tight area to maneuver around, and I would love to have some form of main road going over that side. Obviously can't kind of do it in the middle because it'd be going through too many fields, but it'd probably be easier to do that, like if we went this route, for example. In fact, we'll try this. Let's go this way, because it's I mean, it's not horrendous, this route. It's just a bit tight as well. Yeah, but luckily most of it has not got collisions that will impact us. Maybe a few trees with this, but it should fly through here. But I feel like I'm driving through a farmer's field at this point, and, you know, like it shouldn't be allowed. Yeah, this is probably the best route to take. In fact, we are going to be coming back on ourselves. It'd mean I'd have to own the land as well, kind of modify it, unless I do it in GE, which, you know, I could potentially do that. Do it in GE. And make a road, an actual proper country lane road with some hedges around it. That might be an option. Yeah, I actually like that idea. You know, it's a bit of a widey bend, but most country lanes are. You know, it's not a straight road out to where we're going. But then I don't have to mess about with the other side of the map, even though that area of the map is stunningly done, but there's not much going on there. It's right on the border of the map, so a lot of people actually, I imagine, won't be farming on it, because I haven't in the farmland all this, just because of the location that it is. But it's stunning. Like, the park area is stunning, so it's a shame really not to do that. But I actually like this route, but auto drive automatically takes the other route. Yeah, because of the fact that I think this is set up as only if you need to go through kind of route. There's an option. We'll just have a quick look. Oh, wrong one. Go into editing mode, that one. There we go. So you can see that this kind of like orange... Let's get back in. There we go. This orange kind of route is one you can only take basically through an auto drive route if you're trying to get somewhere that's the only option to do. So... it's like last resort, you could see it like that. So, for example, if I was going to like field 39 wait, it would take this orange route because it's the only way it's going to get to it. But to get to this kind of like main road, it doesn't have to do that because it can carry on down this section here. I know it's all laggy, it's just because obviously there's so much going on. But yeah, I'm thinking maybe I could do a bit of GE work and have this road look a bit more like a proper country road, change the auto drive route itself, so then I don't have to keep coming down this section here. But with that being said, if I just jump over to this, look how good this area is. We should probably fly in the air for this because it is stunning. It's such a nice section of the map, but like I said, there's no fields to work in. You can't get to that field. I feel like I know it's set exact how it is, but you never actually see this section, unfortunately, the council houses and the little park and everything. But it is a shame because it looks spot on. So maybe I can try and incorporate this a little bit better. It's just this point here. I need to make that. Like, I'd love if this was a roundabout. Maybe that house removed, that house is removed, and then this is a roundabout. Because then I feel like I'd naturally want to take this route. Because I have improved that section over there that was a farm. But yeah, I've always thought to myself, like, when Oxy made this map, the one thing it was probably missing was a route across here, like a road here of some sorts. You know, somehow it needed to be implemented in. Now, this isn't too bad because you can obviously get down that way. But if I want to get to this section, I have to drive all the way up to the top and then go across here. And then this bit here is actually a really, you know, just a dirt track again through a field. So there isn't anything that's naturally taking you over to this way that's a main road. There's nothing. Everything is a track through a field. This was, you couldn't get through originally because it's a farm. That's a track kind of like through fields, which you wouldn't be taking as a main route. Now, I imagine if it's based off GPS, it'd probably go down here off map and then kind of come back up this way. You know, but we can't do that because that's the border of the map. So it is missing a connection from that side of the map to this side of the map. But I guess he couldn't add it in anyway because it had changed the way the map is supposed to be. It's obviously based on a real life place. So yeah, it's something that I'm going to have to try and do. I'm going to have to work in GE to get this sorted because, like I said, this road's perfectly fine. That's all perfectly fine to that point. But then this connection up here is brilliant. Like, even if I had a connection, let's say if there was a connection from that point there across to this, that would work as well because of the fact that you could see a country lane going through them fields. But that's just a dirt track. It's not even a dirt track. It's just the edge of a field, really. And the same goes for this section here and the section here, which are the only connections you've got from that side of the map to this side of the map. So it kind of needs adjusting of some sorts, just so it's a little bit more user-friendly within Farming Simulator, I feel. But it's also a shame to touch the map because it's just a piece of art for me. It's perfect. I love it. But with us going this section and trying to expand out to all these fields over here, I think it's important that I try and do something. I'm not sure what to do, though, but I don't think going all the way up to the top and coming back down again is the wisest thing. I actually think that either going across here, maybe connecting from that to that, or making this a proper road would be ideal, because then we're obviously, it's not too far of a drive, just making it a little bit more a road. Now, I do know there's some prefabs when it comes to roads that, now I do know that I think there's some bullet bill prefabs for like UK roads that I might be able to place down across here. So I'm going to have a go at this. I'm going to have a go. In fact, I'll try and do it before the next episode, and I'll try and make a proper road that probably starts from here. I don't want to impact any of the stuff he's put down here, Oxy, in the buildings, because it all just looks so good. And the farm down here that's obviously Keith's and Kevin's and stuff, I kind of want to keep. So it's probably from that point there and this road here, this kind of track, I'll turn into an actual road. And maybe even put a roundabout here. Who knows? That might be cool. But yeah, I'll definitely look into it because I do feel like it needs sorting out. Anyway, let's get back to what we were doing. Yeah, because you can see now it's just like a dirt track and it goes across this. And yeah, I feel like we could probably put a bit of a roundabout in here. It might change, obviously, the landscape here a little bit, but I think it'd look really cool if I had a roundabout in there. So I'm going to see if there is one. I'm sure Bullet Bill did put some prefabs onto Mod Hub. And if he has, well, that's just perfect because we can use that and put it into GE now. I've never actually done that before within GE, so it'll be a bit of a learning curve for me, which is always something that I'm up for challenging myself with. See if I can actually put some placeable prefab roads in. And with it being quite level, it shouldn't be too bad because of the fact it shouldn't adjust. Because that's the only worry that I've got. With it being a current save game, if I make any landscaping changes or, adjusting... Yeah, it's basically landscaping. So if I do any landscaping changes, it's not going to show up on my save game. I'd have to start a new save game. But if I do add things in, like items in and objects in, through GE, they will show up in my save game. So I have to be... pretty smart about it, or else I'm just putting a load of work onto myself and then needing to start a new save game, which is not what I'm hoping to do at all. Right, so we've got this up here. We're going to be manually loading these bales on with that tool, but I think we can't block that route because that's where it's going to come out from, the carter. So I think what we'll do now is let's get this all set up to go. Courseplay can do the harvesting and the carting to start off with, whilst we do the baling. Right, so we want Courseplay on this one. It's got the field boundary already in, the custom one. So if we just start about there, I'll be zooming a little bit. And headlands, we'll make 5, and I'm going to up the overlap again because I don't want to miss bits at all. I'm not too fussed about that. It's a little bit more work, but it'll be worth it. We don't need to skip a row because it'll just cause problems. And let's go from there. I don't really think 5 headlands is needed. It's a bit too many, that is. Yeah, let's do 4. That should give enough turning. So, what we want to do is make sure, I think straw enabled is already on because of the fact I've set it like that in Courseplay. So set that going for the first waypoint. We do need to open that. Field 119 is fine. Let's see if we can scoot over here. So we need to set this up. Field 119, where is it? It's there. So if I just set that going, it should automatically now just wait at that waypoint and we can crack on baling. Fingers crossed. That's that bit done. Let's just check the bale size we're doing in this. It's been a while since we've used this bale list. We've got 180s, which is probably not what we want to be doing. We don't want to be handling more than we need. So let's go with the 240 size. And unfold. I know I'm in your way, but you're just going to have to give me a second. I'm unfolding. There we go. Now, I have had a few comments recently. I've had actually a few messages through Facebook as well with this, which is how I changed the sounds of this JCB. Where are you going, buddy? Like, the waypoint's all the way over there. What are they doing? Yeah, they're having a mare. An absolute mare. Oh, right. I'll tell you what, we'll do it for you. That was a bit extreme. Probably because it's trying to avoid the crop. In the field, and obviously it's quite it's quite fresh, let's say. The field is, it's not been harvested much. Just trying to think, if I just put it in the field, does it matter? It should just stop. I'm sure it should just stop as long as it's in the field boundary. So let's just try this over here. Oh, it's giving it enough room there as well. Right, there you go. See? Happy. It's happy now. Yeah, so I was saying that I've had a few comments about how I changed the sounds of the tractors. Obviously, the farmhand, I changed the case that I use, so that the one that's actually Scroft's tractor or my tractor in the farmhand. Changed the case sounds. I've also done the Leyland as well, and this JCB on this series. And now I've done that just solely by the prefabs that come out on ModHub. So on ModHub, you'll see the sound prefabs. I even did a video about it. So I'll put a link to that video in the video description. So if you are interested in trying to update, or improve the game sounds from some of the prefab mods that come out for tractors mainly, then yeah, just watch the video because it isn't that bad. It's just you just swap over the game sounds and then you go into the XML of the tractor. And just make sure that you link these new game sounds that you're using so it knows where to draw the sounds from. Everything else pretty much is set up for you. So it even comes with an XML, a sound XML, that you just need to link that XML in the tractor XML, basically. It's not crazy. It's just about, as soon as you've done it the first time kind of thing, it becomes, simple the next time around. It's just about trying. But my video, like I said, will showcase that and hopefully, help anyone out that wants to do it, because it is worth doing. I like the improvement that it does make, definitely. So it looks, I'm just trying to follow him over there, just seeing what he's actually doing. And I think it might be because this, I need to set this up so it just doesn't do active unloading. So what we want to do is try and find the active unloading. I'm sure I stopped that unload fill level. Let's go to just 100, right? Because then he'll stop. So we'll save that in a second. Recall is at 90. Active unloading, no. There we go. So now what should happen is he should stop. And I don't know what this guy's doing. They're all having a mare, aren't they? I don't know what's happening. But to be honest, the fact that he's unloading on this first headland is not bad. I actually don't know where he's going. I've never seen this before in my life. Is it going to fill up? I think Courseplay is doing the filling up here on its own. I've never seen that before. I've always thought auto drive goes to the harvester, but this time round the harvester is doing it. It's like he just got fed up with the worker and thought, I'll do this, you just carry on faffing about. That's mental. But at least it's unloading. See, now he's moved off as well, so after all that he's decided to move off. It's not a very good start for auto driving Courseplay. Normally it works a lot better than this, so I haven't got a clue what's going on over there. They're proper having a moment, aren't they? That is the definition of faffing. So I've just kind of tidied up that mess, set him going again. I unloaded it manually and I've just started it again. So this time round, hopefully it won't have that same issue. That was a bit of a random one. And I've just been thinking about unloading these bales. I have gone with the one, like the grab from the straw harvest pack that picks up 3 square bales when they're nicely kind of like level on the ground. So when they've kind of just been placed in 3s. So we're going to have to pick them up one by one and then kind of do it that way. But obviously it is going to benefit me when I come to unload off the trailer. And I do like that grab. And I'd love to get the proper square baler that does that. And has the kind of like collector on the back that drops in 3s. And I know there is a bit of a bug with that currently that Creative Mesh are aware about, and they will be trying to sort that out, which is about the timing that it drops. Kind of like the middle bale, I think it is, always drops out at a different rate. So they kind of, when they fall to the ground, one of them is just kind of not in sync. It's a bit more forward. So they are aware of that, and that will be fixed at some point. So probably the next update you see of the straw harvest pack will have a few fixes. But we're doing all right so far. Plodding along. I mean, we need straw for the cows at the moment with the bedding. Luckily as well, that cow shed that I've got on the farm does allow bales to be just placed down, so you don't have to get a straw blower. So that's nice. I mean, I would buy a straw blower just because it's obviously realistic to use, unless we could probably say that we're just manually doing it. But I think that the fact that it allows me to just put the bale down is really helpful. So it's going to come in use, the bales are for that, but I don't think we're going to need that many. So I might sell, at least half of it, because you got to remember, like, we've got that, because also we've got that whole field to think about as well. So we're going to get quite a lot of these bales coming off, and I don't think 5 cows are going to require that much straw. And we haven't even got a place at the moment anyway for manure to spawn from. So is there any point in even giving straw? It's not like it's going to give any health benefit, unfortunately, even though it should do, in my opinion, because, straw bedding is needed for animal welfare reasons, a bedding of some sorts. So yeah, I think that's something that hopefully will be changed when we get. I'm got my fingers crossed for the next FS game to have something better when it comes to animals. I think we need it more involved, and animal welfare should be included in like even, I don't know, the conditioning of an animal, not just its kind of like health, how conditioned it is, and then that obviously relates to what you get in return from it. So you get better quality milk, or you can sell it for a bit better price at the animal market if they still don't do kind of like meat productions of sorts within the base game, for obvious reasons, because they need to keep it to a certain age level or age rating. But I'd like to see a more sophisticated animal interaction gameplay settings, whatever you want to call it, because it is lacking. It really is lacking, and I think the enhanced animal system mod was an absolute game changer. It was a game changer. The fact that it allows, you know, breeding and young stock now, which is really good. I mean, every series I play on now has to have that mod in, and also a big plus about it is we've had an update recently, and now, like, if you put, say, if you don't allow or automatically set the vet to come in and look after your animals. So if I just quickly open up the animal tab, I haven't got the update currently. I haven't actually updated it yet as well, so not on this series, so I need to sort that out. You can see that it says veterinary reproduction. Now, you can obviously restrict automatic reproduction, and if you do that, then you need to have like a bull in. So if you're reproducing cows, you need to have a bull in. If you don't have a bull, they won't reproduce, which is obviously realistic, but you can simulate that, you know, you're bringing the vet in to do it instead of using, you know, it's artificial insemination, basically, which I really like. That kind of stuff should be included. I guess it's because it's more of an arcadey simulation than it is a realistic simulation. But the good thing about it is these mods allow gamers like me who want to play more realistic to have the option. I mean, that's why the game would be lost without modders, and we should all respect their work and what they do. Anyway, I could just keep waffling for hours, as always, just faffing. But I'm going to get through this. Definitely going to get through this. My intention was to actually just do one Court Farm episode this week, so this one's kind of like a bonus, and it's just because, you know, I wanted to get this harvest done, so this is an extra episode. So we're going to get it sorted. A bit of a time lapse now.
We got our windows down, driving down the 405, sing along to the radio. We're gonna make it someday. Nothing's gonna get in our way. We will be the biggest band in town. Round and round the world we'll go, putting on the greatest show. So make sure that you don't miss out, just be there. We're taking our shot, bring what you got. We're going all the way to the top. We will hear the sound of 1 million people screaming our names when we're backstage. We'll play loud, surfing the crowd. Everybody's jumping around. Yeah, that's the place where I wanna be. Going on stage, headline on a Saturday night. Oh, 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 Saturday night. Gonna quit my job, never wanna have no boss. I just wanna play my rock and roll like they do on the radio. Tommy's got brand new drums, and I still have my old guitar. And John said this next song's gonna be real good, if you know what I mean. Round and round the world we'll go, putting on the greatest show. So make sure that you don't miss out, just be there. We're taking our shot, bring what you got. We're going all the way to the top. We will hear the sound of 1 million people screaming our names when we're backstage. We'll play loud, surfing the crowd. Everybody's jumping around. Yeah, that's the place where I wanna be. Going on stage, headline on a Saturday night. Oh, 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 Saturday night. We'll go, putting on the greatest show. So make sure that you don't miss out, just be there. Oh, just be there. We're taking our shot, bring what you got. We're going all the way to the top. We will hear the sound of 1
quite happy with how that's turned out. Not bad at all. Really good yield in this section as well. We got some good soil. Got some good soil in these fields. Definitely. Look, you can see there's a lot of it's loam. I'd love to know how much it kind of carries on. It looks like it's definitely going that way and still this way a bit, but we are starting to get into a bit of silty clay down this section. But look at that, 91 environmental score. Let's zoom in and see what this is now. 199 and another 99, so that's perfect. So when this is all combined, probably by the time we plant in again, I'm at least going to aim for 121 and 122. Let's set our targets pretty high. Got to mulch these fields, cultivate in this section here, and then we'll probably need to do a bit of work on these two here. Now, let's just have a quick look what's growing in that. We've got linseed, and it looks like we've got some wheat in that field as well. So 121 and 122. So wouldn't be too bad to get a hold of this. Let's just see. Like 121's ready to harvest. How much is that field right now? That's the question. It's only 98,000. And I know I say only, but we could technically buy that from... Yeah, we could buy that from the silage we sell. Might be an aim for the next episode to buy 121 so we can harvest it and add it to the wheat we've already got. I mean, it's not a bad idea, but then think about it. The next time we plant in, we should have at least a double of what we've just done with the wheat, because that looks like it's probably the same size combined. Maybe a little bit less, but still. Definitely, that should be the target. But overall, not too bad. Let's just have a quick look at the stats. I know it's been probably an hour since I stopped the time lapse. And we want to just look at the statistics, and then we can go on bales. So we've produced 51 bales in this session alone, so that's not bad. Now, I did sell some of them. I did sell a full trailer load from that field, so all the bales we got from the canola harvest, I went to sell just direct, and I'm going to keep all the ones from this field. That'll be plenty for quite some time then. But not too bad. We got it done in the end. It took 2 episodes, but we finally got there. So last thing to do is go over to, let's go over to here. We'll have a look in the silo just to see what we got yield wise. So we got 75,000 litres of wheat from that harvest. Now that's not bad at all. So if we look in our time saving stock check, we can see that we've got 75,000 litres. We're going to keep some of that for obviously the chickens, but don't have to keep too much. We'll just look at a yearly amount and see what they need. But yeah, if we sell it in January, 55,000. A lot of stuff's going to be good to sell in January. Obviously got our silage that's going to come through as well. There's a lot of stuff, isn't there, for January? Not bad at all. Not bad at all. But I think the next episode we should definitely look at, well, for starters, progress into the point where might progress. It depends how much I want to get that field and harvest it. It really does. But I think I might aim to progress to where the silage is fermented so we can go and sell that. Because we've got a lot of waiting to do and then prepping again. And it is a lot of production work and all that stuff. We've got the sheep and the wool and all that. And I'm also going to have a look at trying to sort out a road to go in between, because I think that'll be pretty cool. So I'll make sure I do that. One last thing, though. We've got to look at the used market. We've got to scoot right to the end of this, because I want to know if anything's come into the shop. I mean, that wouldn't have been bad, but it's a bit too big for what I need. Now, that's the only item it seems like it's popped in, which is a shame, because I really need a tractor. Really do. But we'll keep an eye out. I'm sure something will pop up soon enough now that we've got more options. It looks like this is having a bit of a moment. I'm not sure why. Stuck in the fence. You stay there. There we go. But on that note, I think I'm going to leave the video there. It's definitely been a productive one. We've finished off the harvest finally. Got a lot of grain to work with. We're going to focus now on getting the silage sold, bringing in that money, paying off a bit of the loan, expanding the fields out, expanding the productions out, getting a better tractor, harvester, header, all that stuff we're going to try and focus on. But I think we're doing well. Definitely a lot of grass work and contracts coming up though. But on that note, I am going to leave the video there. Thanks for watching. Really do appreciate it. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give the video a thumbs up, because that does help me out. And if you're new, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more videos just like this one on Farming Simulator.